How do you feel about Florida's stand your ground gun law?
I think the law needs to be amended. It is overly broad. I testified before the task force that the governor has appointed to examine stand your ground. And there are 3 areas where I asked them to make sure they provided clarity. One had to do with when you can use deadly force. Right now, the law says that if a person reasonably believes that their life is in imminent danger, they can use force, including deadly force. I use the example of making a fist and shaking that at someone, and if they reasonably believe they're in danger, can they shoot and kill them? The second area was when should the aggressor be able to use the self-defense under stand your ground? I think a lot, we need to amend it and possibly repeal it.
Stand your ground law is a law that may need to be modified. But as of now, we are in a state where the Constitution in Article 1, Section 27, allows every individual who is eligible to bear arms. Of course, what we need in all situations is clarity, accountability. The person who's claiming that somebody else threatened his life must be able to come clear with clear evidence. Because if you have clear evidence and then you have acted in legitimate defense, that is correct. Stand your ground and for it. But as long as all the aspects of the laws are respected.
First and foremost, my heart and thoughts go out to the family of Trayvon Martin. They definitely need to be recognized anytime you talk about stand your ground. Second of all, I am a proponent of gun rights, but the stand your ground law is particularly flawed. If you ask me, anytime anyone utilizes and uses a deadly weapon in order to protect yourself, there should be an immediate investigation and an arrest, regardless of what stories were told to the police officers that arrived on the scene. In this particular case, an investigation needs to be conducted, and that person who did stand their ground needs to prove that there was imminent danger before he is let free or she is let free. But it does need to be amended.
It's a shame it took such a travesty to happen for us to really know what this meant. I mean, it's sad. It just saddens me thinking about it. I think this is something that definitely needs to be modified, especially at the state level, or repealed. There's too many people out there. I'm all for protecting yourself, believe me. There's too many people out there just running around with guns, as we all know. And I don't want to see something like this happen again to an innocent child, especially. Just somebody walking back from the store in a community that they did not reside in because they were visiting relatives. I'm okay with if something happens in your own home, somebody's breaking in, absolutely, they're in your home. You should be able to protect yourself and your family, regardless of the outcome. But on the streets, I have a huge issue with that, so I'd like to see that modified dramatically at the state level. Thank you.
I certainly also agree that the stand your ground law should be amended or modified. But the bigger picture is this, is the NRA has a very specific agenda that they are pushing across our country, which is scary. In the fact that the NRA, has no problem with people having assault rifles, with the bad guys having assault rifles. I'm all for people having the right to bear arms. The only assault rifles that should be in the hands of people or should be in the hands of our soldiers. I agree with President Obama in the fact that this has to be a community task force initiative, where the community engages with law enforcement at a local level, where we take back our communities, we take back our neighborhoods, we have more aggressive neighborhood watch groups. It's a local issue that we can fight, but the NRA isn't helping us.